Hello everybody, my name is Dirty Dutch Mantell and Mountain Empire. This is your wrestling.
Good evening wrestling fans, welcome to Southern States Wrestling. I'm your host Dakota Booth. I want to welcome you to a very special edition of today's program as we're going to be taking a look at the history of Southern States Wrestling. 23 years ago today, SSW kicked off its first event in Elizabethton, Tennessee. As we start today's program, I want to remind you that a lot has changed technology-wise in 23 years. So some of the clips that you might see won't be as clear as the one that you're watching right now. So that being said, let's get right into the action.
Never before have I turned on you, you look so good to me. You be the eyes that could cut me in two, and I just can't let you be. But it's a free-for-all and a hide us in. You can bet your life. Stakes are high and so am I. It's in the air tonight, yeah, yeah. I see you there with a shot pen. I got my eyes on you. I see the tempers in my face and I don't tell them what I do. Well, looky here, you sweet young thing, there's a magic's in my hands. When in doubt, I whip it out. I got me a rock and roll band. It's a free-for-all. Little baby. Yeah, it's a free-for-all. Wow! Suck it. Well, here we go. I got up alone. I'm on the prowl tonight. When it's said and done, I got my fun. I can chew anything I bite. Come on to the midnight bar. The invitation's there. Come alone and I'll drive them home. Hear me, I do declare it's a free-for-all. Ooh, babe. Yeah, it's a free-for-all. Wow!
Right there you saw just a little bit of what we're going to be taking a look at throughout the rest of the program. If you're watching on TV, we will be running our regular 30-minute time slot, but if you're interested in more, head over to kingofkingsport.com where there is a special 1-hour episode of today's program featuring lots of extra clips that we couldn't fit in today. Now moving forward, we want to pay tribute to those that were extra special to us here at SSW by giving them the top honor that you can receive as a professional wrestler, the 10-bell salute.
He has shown such dedication to the children of East Tennessee that we just want to present him with a little certificate of our appreciation tonight.
Just thank you very much. You can call me Percy Pringle III, or you can call me Paul Bear. You're watching Southern States Wrestling, Mountain Empire Wrestling. Oh, yes.
Over the past 23 years, we've been blessed to have some of the top talent in professional wrestling walk through the door willing to participate with us. Right now, let's take a look at just some of the superstars that have came here to compete at Southern States Wrestling. There you saw just some of the superstars and legendary names that have stepped foot in a ring here at SSW. If you want to see the current stars of Southern States Wrestling, there's no better time than this Friday night. At 7:30 p.m., Southern States Wrestling will be coming to the North Kingsport Community Center. There's limited seating and the admission is free. You will bring your own snacks and drinks but no alcohol. Again, that's 7:30 p.m., the North Kingsport Community Center. Bring your own snacks and drinks. Admission is free, but there is limited seating, so get there early and have a ball with us. Don't go away, we've got a lot more history coming up after the break.
Woo, Messi! I'm professional wrestler Jimmy Van, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people, my brothers and sisters, that this is Southern State Wrestling Mountain Empire, and it's yours. Oh, yeah.
If you are part of a non-profit organization, listen to this. You now have the opportunity to bring the wrestling TV stars to your town and make money for your group. Over the past 2 decades, Southern States Wrestling has helped raise money for church groups, schools, ball teams, volunteer fire departments, children's hospitals, Ronald McDonald House, scout troops, and many more. Our staff is waiting to hear from you and get started on what could be your biggest fundraiser to date. Southern States Wrestling and your group are the perfect tag team to raise the funds you need.
The TV stars of Southern States Wrestling, on tour across the Mountain Empire. It's Homecoming Tour 2013, and it's coming to these towns: Wise, Virginia; Lebanon, Virginia; Morristown, Tennessee; Greenville, Tennessee; Irwin, Tennessee; Hayside, Virginia. Stay tuned for more information about the wrestling events coming to these great towns. Friday night, April the 4th, Kingsport, Tennessee, at the Boys and Girls Club. Southern States Wrestling presents The Clash. That's The Clash in Kingsport, Friday, April the 4th, Kingsport Boys and Girls Club. Mark it down now. Friday night, April the 11th, National Guard Armory, Rogersville, Tennessee. It's the Rogersville Rumble, featuring all the stars you see here on television and other wrestlers from around the southeastern United States. Friday night, April the 11th, 8 p.m., Rogersville, National Guard Armory. It's Homecoming Tour 2013. The TV stars of Southern States Wrestling, across the Mountain Empire. Be there!
Hey folks, this is Tracy Smothers, the wild-eyed Southern boy. Mountain Empire, this is your wrestling.
Right there you saw some information on the upcoming Homecoming Tour that all of us here at SSW are extremely excited about. We can't wait to visit the towns that helped make SSW what it is today. Earlier in the program, we looked at some of the individual superstars that have stepped foot in the ring here at Southern States Wrestling. Now let's take a look at some of the tag teams that have competed here at SSW, and then we'll hear from the current tag team champions, Frank Parker and Scott Sterling, and their most hated rival, Jake Booth.
The match has been signed. Mac McMurray's been working overtime on this one. It will be tag team champions Scott Sterling and Frank the Tank Parker here with me now, taking on Jake Booth and a mystery partner, a friend of the James family. And that encompasses a lot of area, guys. We're talking possibly Dutch Mantel, possibly Jerry Lawler. Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant may step in the ring as a wrestler. There's really no telling. Could be Ricky Morton. Scott Sterling, what are your thoughts on this one?
Well, we know it's not a family member because we put the rest of them out. Cousins, uncles, nephews, brothers, sisters, who they're going to bring in. Roy, bring in Mama Faye. It's not going to be a family member because there is no more family left. We've done crippled them all. We've done crippled them, Joe. If they want to bring in a friend, bring in a friend. Is that what you want to do to your friend? You want to end up them being crippled too? Then bring your friend on in because we don't care.
Frank Parker, I know you enjoy breaking bones, especially after what you've done to Bo James.
Bo James! You know, I've got something that belongs to you, something that's very special to you, but it's mine now. Jake Booth, you want to go out, get yourself a partner? Can't be Uncle Bo. Can't be a family member like Scott said. We've done got rid of all of them. Go see who you can round up. Go find some stupid idiot that's willing to step in the ring with us, and they will get the same thing Uncle Bo got. I took this from him. What am I going to take from you, Jake? We'll find out. It's very, very soon.
Mountain Empire, this is your wrestling.
Hello everybody, my name is Jake Booth. I hope you guys are enjoying the history lesson on Southern States Wrestling Television. I want to invite you guys to the TV taping this Friday night at the North Kingsport Community Center. It'll be the first time since Christmas night that I'll be in the ring with Frank Parker and Scott Sterling. And guys, I've got a partner. Mac McMurray signed it. You're going to find out who it is, just like the rest of the world, this Friday night at the North Kingsport Community Center. Now don't go away everybody, because here shortly Bo James will be on TV for the first time in months.
There you heard from Jake Booth, who will have a special partner as he goes up against Frank Parker and Scott Sterling this Friday night at the North Kingsport Community Center, as he sets out to get revenge on the Cripplers for not only what he's done to our uncle, but to our entire family. Over the past 23 years here at SSW, we've been blessed to have some of the top lady wrestlers in professional wrestling step foot in the ring. Right now we're going to take a look at just some of the highlights of the ladies in action, and then we'll get a visit from current SSW Ladies Champion Misty James.
Wow, I can remember whenever I was growing up, going to all the wrestling events around this area, sitting in the seats and just watching the stars perform right before my eyes. Just sitting there watching the men and the women, the legends. The legends like Sherry Martel, Joyce Grable, Debbie Combs, Candy Devine, Susan Green. It just amazes me, and I'm so honored to be able to link myself to those legends that I just named. I just want to take this moment to thank all the wrestling fans that came out and has supported me over the years. If it was not for you guys, if it was not for the legends, I would not be standing here today talking to you like I am. I would not be in this profession that I am in today. I want to thank you fans. I want to thank you legends for paving the road for me, for coming out and supporting me. You guys are the ones that has gave me the desire and the drive and to continue doing the business that I love. Now please, come out February the 21st to North Kingsport Community Center for a free event that we're giving back to the community. We're giving back to you fans to show you guys exactly how much Southern States Wrestling appreciates you. Because, once again, if it wasn't for you all, we wouldn't be in this profession today. So please come out and join us for a free event, February 21st, at the North Community Center in Kingsport. Now, normally whenever I come on here, I give you an update on Bo James, on how he's doing. But friends, I want to tell you right now, Bo James is going to be right here on this program today. With that being said, I want to thank you once again. I love each and every one of you. God bless, and I'll see you ringside.
Hi, I'm Les Thatcher. You may remember me from Southeastern Championship Wrestling and Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Well, I want to tell you, you're watching Southern States Wrestling, and at Mountain Empire, these are your wrestlers.
Attention Mountain Empire. Do you have a business, website, products, or an event to promote? Let us help you reach the masses with TV and internet ads. For just a few dollars a week, we offer commercial spots on Southern States Wrestling, reaching over 150,000 homes in the Mountain Empire and the world with YouTube. Don't wait. Jump on this opportunity now to reach a large audience for an affordable price. Email sswking@aol.com for all the info. Advertising packages you cannot afford to pass up. Over the years here at Southern States Wrestling, whether it be over a title, family, or just plain hate, we've had some of the most brutal feuds in wrestling history. Right now, let's take a look at some of the top rivals in the last 23 years of Southern States Wrestling. you saw some of the most brutal feuds we've ever had here at SSW. Even though it's years later, some of those guys still haven't reconciled and probably never will. And with those brutal feuds comes some brutal battles that sometimes spill outside of the ring. Right now, let's take a look at some of the most unforgettable outside of the ring action we've ever had at SSW.
Now he's going to take him down outside the ring. Now look here now. He needs to get back inside the ring. Keith Hart taking him together. Oh, he lays a chop down. Keith having both of them. Keith having both of them. Uh-oh. Bad drop. Bad move. That's not good thinking. That surprises me about Keith Hart. He is a thinking man's wrestler.
Get ready. Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Vance coming. He can't be here with me today, but he sends his regards and best wishes. But the 13th, Jack. Bo James.
Whoa, brother. Whoa. You hear by yourself?
Yeah, I am.
You hear by yourself?
What about it?
How about some of this?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No doubt about that. And wait a minute.
It ain't over, big man. It ain't over. You might have your title shot, but again, you're going to have to face me. And when you do, you will feel the pain.
Oh, my. It's breaking down here in the locker room, fans, as John Payne and Big Ron Ray are battling it out here. They're in the locker room. We're backstage here at Kingsport. And John, oh, my. Ray just caught him with that door. As John Payne and Ron Ray, these two giant men, are battling it out here in Kingsport, Tennessee. They're fighting out of the locker room into the building. There's got people here, a few people here afterward. The matches are over. The event is over. We've got a couple of guys trying to break it up. Flex Armstrong's in there. Roger Ham's in there. Fellas in there trying to break this situation up. They are battling all over the building. Oh, my, look out, look out. They've got it busting down all over the place. John Payne with a chair right there on Big Ron Ray. They're trying to, the ropes are down off the ring. The evening's over here in Kingsport. This is going on after everybody's left. Everybody's out of the locker room now trying to break this thing up. KC Thunder's in there, Bo James in there, Flex Armstrong. We have got two giant behemoths here battling it out, fans, right here in Southern States Wrestling. I haven't seen nothing like this in years. Big John Payne and Ron Ray are fighting all over the building, fans. This is absolutely incredible. These two behemoths, they can't hardly be separated. Fans, we're going to get out of here. They're battling all the way outside of the building. We're going right out in the parking lot with this situation. Oh, my. Stay with us, fans. There's not much light out here, but we're going to try to make it through. Oh, my. They're battling it out. God's name are they getting ready to do here to the Iron Cross? We got to go. Oh, there's Daniel breaking it up with a couple of his patented chops. And Bo James and KC Thunder both running for their lives as the legendary Chief Wahoo McDaniel interjected himself right there just in the nick of time, Duke.
The most powerful chops in the history of professional wrestling belong to Wahoo McDaniel, and Bo James and KC Thunder just got a taste of them here tonight.
Guys, look at the eyes of Kyle Matthews looking. Watch out, watch out, oh my goodness. He caught him and now he's at Darkstorm's feet. What's he doing? Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my God. Oh my God. We got to get some help out here. Kyle Matthews slammed on the concrete. Here comes some.
We want to remind you one more time about the upcoming Homecoming Tour. But first, we want to take a look at some people that some of the superstars might consider some pests. Let's take a look at the top managers over the last 23 years of Southern States Wrestling.
Halloween isn't for several months.
This isn't a Halloween outfit.
I'm the only man alive that can tell the future. And tonight, somebody is getting carried out on a stretcher. And it ain't me.
I love it. PJ just slapping the Iron Cross around. How insulting as he's being held by KC and Bo. And PJ just having a heyday.
The last 6 weeks, the Duke of New York has been suspended. And why was I suspended? For allegedly assaulting a woman. First off, I never touched Brandy Alexander. She's the one that always touches me because she lusts after my body.
KC Thunder trying to choke the life out of handsome Bo James. Now the Duke walks around and he gets his hands on Bo. And now Bo's outside, Joe. He was going after the Duke, but the Duke used that there so Roger Anderson could take Bo down.
Good plan there by Duke and Anderson as they were able to sucker Bo James into that one as Duke now goes to work on Bo James with a series of punches. From behind, Scotty Ace is going up the ladder. He's coming in the ring.
He's going to come in the ring. I don't know if that's a wise idea. Granted, it's a 2-on-1 situation, but if Bo James gets his hands on Scotty, meanwhile outside, Tracy Smothers just annihilating KC Thunder, and Scotty Ace is in the ring.
Ricky Harrison's just hit the ring, Duke. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but Harrison's coming right in.
Ricky Harrison now coming in the ring to even up the score. Scotty Ace right there. Oh, Harrison grabs that cane.
Swing and a miss there by Harrison as he's got Scotty Ace in trouble. Oh, wait a minute. Harrison just nailed Bo James. Duke, can you believe this?
What? Ricky Harrison just nailed Bo James with that cane.
What in God's name is going on here? Ricky Harrison and Bo James have had differences for years, but these differences were patched up recently. And now Harrison is going after Bo James in this loser leave town steel cage match. Is this revenge for years ago?
It could be. I mentioned that Ricky Harrison lost that loser leave town match. Well, he lost it to Bo James.
With the Batten twins, Scotty Ace, Tracy Smothers, these guys are real proud of themselves. I hope you guys are real happy with what you've done here, defeating Bo James, KC Thunder in that cage match. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bo James. Goodbye, Bo James. Nice knowing you, brother.
The biggest boil on the rear end of Kingsport, Tennessee just got lanced. Bye-bye, Bo. We're buying property. It's cheap down here because it ain't worth anything. Look at this. We own it. Champions. Champions. We are the men. And it's real simple. Why? Because we're too smart. Joe Wheeler, you're an idiot. Tracy Smothers, one of the greatest wrestlers in the history of the world. He got with the right man. Look at these Batten twins. 18 years on the road. They hold the gold, and they run Kingsport, Tennessee. Own it. It's us. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, hey. Good.
Well, fans, I tell you what, I've seen some disgusting things in my life, and I tell you what, this man right here, I am so disappointed in Ricky Harrison. You know, Ricky Harrison, it wasn't that long ago that you lost that loser leave town match to Bo James last year, and here you are coming in here, you're running around with these guys, you've turned your back on the fans, you've turned your back on the people, I felt like you've turned your back on me, Ricky. Man, I'm just disgusted with what you've done. You went in there and attacked Bo and KC. I mean, what have you got to say for yourself? That's what I want to know. What do you got to say for yourself at this point?
Joe Wheeler, when I'm ready to talk about it, you'll find out.
The TV stars of Southern States Wrestling on tour across the Mountain Empire. His homecoming tour 2013 and is coming to these towns: Wise, Virginia; Lebanon, Virginia; Morristown, Tennessee; Greenville, Tennessee; Irwin, Tennessee; Hayside, Virginia. Stay tuned for more information about the wrestling events coming to these great towns. Friday night, April the 4th, Kingsport, Tennessee, at the Boys and Girls Club. Southern States Wrestling presents The Clash. That's The Clash in Kingsport, Friday, April the 4th, Kingsport Boys and Girls Club. Mark it down now. Friday night, April the 11th, National Guard Armory, Rogersville, Tennessee. It's the Rogersville Rumble, featuring all the stars you see here on television and other wrestlers from around the southeastern United States. Friday night, April the 11th, 8 p.m., Rogersville, National Guard Armory. It's homecoming tour 2013. The TV stars of Southern States Wrestling. Across the Mountain Empire. Be there!
As you can see, we have awards and accomplishments and trophies of handsome Bo James here as we step inside he and Misty James's house. Bo, I know a lot of people are really excited to see you standing here, healthy, right here next to me. And before we address kind of the elephant in the room, we're going to beat around the bush a little bit and ask you some questions that some viewers really wanted me to kind of pick your brain on.
Okay.
The first question that we have for you is, what is your greatest memory in the history of Southern States Wrestling?
Wow. First of all, it's great to be here on television. It's great to be anywhere, even though I'm still in my home recuperating from the surgery. We'll get to all that in a minute. But I have so many great memories, so many cherished memories of earlier in the program. You showed a lot of people that it was very special, not only to Southern States Wrestling, not only special to the fans, special to me, that we've lost over the years. And being able to share a dressing room or the ring with them, very special. Special to watch Zachary and Jacob, my nephews, follow me into the ring. Special to watch my wife, Misty James, follow me into the ring. And it's special to follow my cousins ahead of me, Melvin Johnson and Zach Murray, into the profession of professional wrestling. There's so many memories I couldn't really narrow it down to one great memory, but I would have to say, you know, selling out the Kingsport Armory a few times, selling out the Kingsport Civic Auditorium, very special memories to me.
Absolutely. Question number 2. What would you say was your greatest match in Southern States Wrestling?
Wow. That's another good one. I can tell you some that weren't great. You know, those 3 loser leave town matches, I lost Ricky Harrison 2 of them, and to Jimmy Golden, having to leave town, pack up, move to Memphis and go to other parts of the country and wrestle. You know, I don't know. Maybe winning the titles with my family, maybe winning the singles title, maybe teaming with Jerry Lawler and Dutch Mantell, childhood heroes turned friends. That's another loaded question because I've had so many great matches here in Southern States Wrestling.
Throughout your tenure here at Southern States Wrestling, you've been tag team partners with Ricky Morton, Dan Cooley comes to mind, a couple others. Who would you say is your favorite tag team partner of all time?
Well, can't leave out the War Machine. I held the tag titles with him. Favorite partner of all time, without a doubt. I can answer this one very easy. And I've had great partners. Dan Cooley and I held the tag titles. Ricky Morton and I held the tag titles. Getting a tag with a lot of great people like Lawler and I said Dundee earlier and Dutch Mantell and all these guys, but my family. Whether it was KC Thunder, my cousin, whether it was Steve Flynn, my brother-in-law, or my nephew Jake Booth. Anytime you get to go to work with your family, step in the ring and get to win an accomplishment, win a match, and be a part of something with your family, that's my favorite part of this profession right now. And I have to say, I am so looking forward to coming back and getting a team with Jake Booth or KC or Steve sometime in the future.
Absolutely. And kind of on the flip side of that coin, who is your most hated opponent that you've ever had in SSW?
A lot of tough opponents over the years. Tracy Smothers right at the top of the list. Going to the ring with Tracy Smothers, you knew you were going to get beat up. Ricky Harrison, who had a left hand that would stop a freight train, who could just knock you out at any given time. Iron Cross was a guy that used to get under my skin and I'd get under his skin. A lot of guys I had great matches with, and I knew how to make them mad, you know, all those early years of me and the family running wild. But without a doubt, the most hated opponent, Frank Parker. And we're going to get to you very shortly.
And kind of wrapping up our viewer questions, who would you say is the most important person in the history of Southern States Wrestling?
Here's one I want, before we get to that. Here's some people that may have been left out in the program. We need to give them the honor of all the work that they have did. I'm talking about my sister Mia, who runs the gate, Sister Patricia, your mother, and my mother, who run the concession stands, do not get enough credit. Donnie Brandon, who runs the sound, him and his son Chris do not get enough credit. And we could not show all these wonderful clips here today, could not have this great show without 3 very, very important people. David Thompson, the cameraman for many years with us, Alan Ingram, his sidekick and set director and helped produce this program for many years. Now Dave Jones, who does it, and Mac McMurray at ringside helping produce. But the most important person in any kind of profession, any kind of business, any kind of sport is that customer, that ticket buyer. You, the wrestling fans. And without you, we would have never lasted 23 days, much less 23 years. And I can think about all these wonderful wrestling fans that I've got to know on a first name basis. I've got to know them, could be in Newport or Irwin or Hayside, Virginia, or all over the country, all over the Mountain Empire here, and look out and see people that I knew on a first name basis because they have supported us this long, they have followed us, they have kept up with us, and without them, we wouldn't be here today, we wouldn't be on television, we wouldn't be on the social media, we'd have to go get real jobs. And we don't want to do that.
Now that we've got some of the viewer questions out of the way, I want to ask you a personal question. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. The actual surgery, you know, it was like a bad tooth. When they took the damage out of me, the original pains, the nerve problems, all that went away. The problem now is it was such a deep cut, such an incision. They cut me to the spine, to the tailbone, took scar tissue out. They didn't repair, they removed. So Dr. Thomas says, you know, I'm still not 100% fully enclosed. I'm 75% as of my checkup Monday. Still another month probably before the incision and the cut is completely closed. Then we get into the big stuff. It'll take another month or so for it to scar over. Dr. Thomas says a full year for that scar to mature, and he doesn't want me to take any kind of chance of busting the scar, because if I do, we're looking at skin grafts, another surgery, and all kinds of problems that could happen from the scar opening back up.
Okay, well, kind of piggybacking off of that, the big elephant in the room, the question everybody wants to know, when will you actually be back in the ring at Southern States Wrestling?
As I said, Dr. Thomas says 1 year for it to heal, 1 year for it to be full. My goal from day one, from when I first met with the doctor, then was referred to the surgeon, Dr. Thomas, who was great, and I got to recommend him to anybody out there. I said 6 months. People are telling me I'm crazy. People saying don't do it. They're already telling me that. But I was foolish also thinking having the surgery on Monday, I'd be back up on my feet doing, you know, what I normally do on a regular day by Friday. It was 14 days before I could really get up and start moving around and getting going. I'm still not 100%. Nowhere near 100%. I cannot tell you a year. I cannot tell you 6 months. I can't tell you today, tomorrow, or whenever. I cannot even tell you if I get to come back. But I will tell you this. I'm dead set and determined. I'm looking straight at you, Frank Parker, and I'm looking straight at you, Scott Sterling. The match was over with. You had defeated me. You set out to injure me. You set out to cripple me. You set out to put me out of wrestling forever. And you very well may have done that. But I'm going to tell everybody watching, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell the whole family, and everybody knows this because we've talked about it. When the time comes that I know I can get back in the ring, there's only one place that I want that to happen. There's one place when I make my SSW return. It's the special town. From years of wrestling at the Armory, wrestling at the auditorium, the boys club, the churches around here, helping schools, the town that made Bo James famous. I'm talking about Kingsport, Tennessee. Rogersville's always been good to me. Greenville's always been good. Morristown, all the towns across the Mountain Empire have been good to me. But Kingsport has always been special. So when the time comes and when the time is ready, that's where I want you in the ring, Frank Parker. That's where I want you in the ring, Scott Sterling. Wrestling is my profession. I pay my bills with what I do in the ring and what I do on this television program. You set out to hurt me. You set out to cripple me. You set out to end everything that I do. And I'm going to tell you this, you put a strain on my family, you put a strain on me, you put a strain on my household, you put a strain on everything. Doctor bills are coming in, surgeon bills are coming in, and all I do is think about you, Frank Parker and Scott Sterling, when I read them. And I'm going to tell you something, you got a lot of stuff. This is what you got in your future, doctor bills, hospital bills, prescriptions. When I come back, it's not for a wrestling match. When I come back, it's not even for a fight. When I come back, it's to settle the war. It's to settle the score. If you're going to put me down this time, you're going to have to kill me right there in the ring, and I don't think you can get the job done. A year, 6 months, whenever it may be. I want you to know that I'm going to be 100% and I'm going to be ready for you, Frank Parker and Scott Sterling, and I'm coming after you with everything I got.
There you hear some powerful words from the King of Kingsport, Handsome Bo James. Join us next week as you tune in here to Southern States Wrestling Until next week, stay classy, Mountain Empire.
Hey guys, this is one half of the Rock and Roll Express, Robert Gibson, and Mountain Empire. That's your wrestling.